Welcome back to the Awesome Physio YouTube channel. Today's video we're going to be talking about the do's and don'ts for an intercostal muscle strain. So what is an intercostal muscle strain? So it's when we strain the deep intercostal muscles attaching between the ribs that are absolutely vital to help us breathe, support around the rib cage and allow that optimal movement through that area. So what's really common when we strain the intercostals? So normally it can be due to trauma. So if we have pressure or we've twisted into one position. It can be from repetitive patterns, so either that side bending, that extension, that rotation, anything that's repetitively moving through the rib cage. It can strain due to coughing or sneezing, so if you've had any kind of allergy to anything or any kind of virus where we've been coughing or sneezing repetitively, that can also strain into the intercostals. And what's really common as well, so slightly different to the costochondritis, is it's normally around the side of the body. So of course it can be up into here, but most commonly it's around the side of the rib cage. What normally makes it worse is if we're side bending or moving away from the side that strain that area. Like I said, coughing or sneezing or any spinal movements can typically pull and cause quite a localized dull ache, sometimes sharpness into that area. So number one, do get your rib cage assessed properly. What we want to rule out, similar to what we spoke about with the costocartilage inflammation, is we want to make sure that there's nothing else going on that's referring into the side of the rib. So possibly kind of a chest x-ray, looking at a rib x-ray, seeing what's going on, making sure there's no damage if you have had a fall, and also making sure there's no referral up into that area from any of the internal organs. Once we've had that ruled out and we've ruled out any kind of pulmonary, so any kind of respiratory referral, and it seems very mechanical, we then secondly, for the second do, want to get it assessed by a musculoskeletal expert, whether that's an osteopath, physiotherapist, chiropractor. We want to get it assessed so we know exactly what's going on and that you have the right diagnosis for you. What they will be able to do is potentially provide hands-on treatment to help relieve the pain and get the rib cage moving. The third do is all about adding in exercise. So once you've had it diagnosed and you know exactly what's going on, we want to start to very gradually get the ribs moving. So we want to make sure that we're stretching into the side of the ribs, that we're massaging around into those intercostal muscles, and that we're also moving through the neck, shoulders and upper back. So we're holding ourselves in a really comfortable position so that that area can start to recover. Number one of the don'ts, don't do anything that's going to aggravate the pain. So for example, if you know that it was triggered from a twisting or a specific activity, we want to start to either limit, if you can't stop that activity, to allow that area to recover so we're not re-aggravating. The second don't is don't forget to get your systems assessed. If you are coughing or sneezing, we want to find out what's making you sneeze and cough so much so that we're not aggravating it later. The third don't is don't leave it. So make sure that you are adding in all of these exercises and making sure that you are getting it assessed by a musculoskeletal expert to get you back on track as quick as possible. So typically with the prognosis of an intercostal muscle strain, it can take a little bit of time to recover, but if you're doing all of the right stuff where you're relaxing and moving through there, you've had other stuff ruled out, it should start to recover quite quickly.